Well, I didn't bring my big video camera, so I got to do this with the phone. Guess what I'm doing tomorrow? Guess what I did today? Dad had back surgery and had a stimulator put in. Mom won't even let him think about doing anything. So, yeah. Well, this is what I got going on. Let's kick this back over in the window. That'll make that a little easier. Yeah, Dad's little Massey utility. Dad didn't think I got it cut very short, but I don't know. It's not great, but I mean, I got spots because I was having trouble with the mower conditioner plugging up because it's got some worn spots. Borrowed unit. If I'd have known, when I cut this on Saturday, I'd have come down a little sooner and worked on it a little bit. But anyway, got Dad's little Massey Ferguson utility with the old, I don't know if it's a Massey or if it's a Deere, I don't know. But the old 3-point rake, we've modified it to be able to use the quick hitch. Last year when I used it, they broke it. So today, before I could use it, I had to get the welder out. I'm not a good welder, but I'm a good enough welder because, well, acre and a half of hay, we got her raked and she's still holding. I guess on a positive note, I didn't get her stuck together clear up tight, so I had a little gap to fill. So, and as I was welding, I could see the base metal melting as I moved the. So I was getting penetration. Anyhow, that's what she said. If you got small children that watch this, plug their ears. The old Jetstar 3 for the baler power. International 430 wire tie lock twist baler. I haven't counted. There's 5, 10, 15, 20, 2, 4, 6, 8, 30. About roughly 30 bales off of her so far. 31 if you count that one last one, because that's about how far we had it. So about 30 bales, and all I've really baled is the short rows. Most of the short rows I've kind of gone back in and cleaned up because it's just, but all this up in here around the hopper bin and the grain bin, and then back here behind the barn. Now here's the mower I was using to cut it. I'll show you what the issue is. The biggest issue I had is out here on this end. You can kind of see right in there, maybe there's a rubber belting kind of thing. That is worn out. Let's clean this off a little bit. This hold down right here is loose. So between the hold down being loose, the belting being worn out, and then this outer section is just, I mean, there's no serrations left at all. So what was happening was grass, because it's all I've got is long stem grass hay basically in clover. The grass would, I think that rubber is supposed to like cover all this, but because it's gone, worn out, whatever, the grass would wrap up around here because it wasn't getting cut off good and there wasn't nothing to deflect it. It was getting wrapped around there. So then a big pile would build up into the rollers, and then it wouldn't cut clean. And then the next time around, it just looked like you had a hard time. And I was also having trouble with the, that's better, with the belt or the reel not turning. There's like a twig or branch. That is not me. It's my cousin's, one of my cousin's units. Anyway, I added this tarp strap and that helped considerable. The part of the problem I was having, and I don't know if these shoes are adjusted right or whatever, but when I'd let it down, it would actually like roll clear over on its nose, and when it get all the way over on its nose, the reel wouldn't turn. But we got it cut. Anyway, so, you know, little short rows like this. And then back in here where this wagon's parked, in here around this tree, there's just not enough. You can't really pull a wagon around behind the baler to bale that. So I baled that out on the ground. Oh shoot, I missed a bale. Huh, there's one more good bale back there yet. And then one junk bale from last year. Huh, look at that. Good bale. I'll have to get that on the wagon tomorrow. But anyhow, that's where we're at. That's what we got going on. Use the old 5-star to run the cutter. Still got to work on the radiator on the G, but yeah. New Holland lower conditioner. My cousin I borrowed off of said he was coming to get it today. And if he'd have come got it, I'd have thrown some money at him. We probably would have just bailed all this tonight. But I got to work in the morning. Probably going to take the afternoon off. Niece, nephew. One of my sister's herd is going to, or maybe two of them, I don't know. Some of her herd is going to come over, and we will we'll finish wadding this up into, to quote Rossi Oliver man, idiot cubes. I got a buyer that he doesn't really squabble on price. He sends guys down. They load it when they need it in the wintertime as their supply gets thin, and his horses really like it. And yeah, we've got it so far, got it cut and raked, and some of it baled with no rain on it. Hopefully we don't get any rain on it. We're not predicting any, but I'll probably come back tomorrow afternoon, fire up the little Massey, and we'll just, if you hit it. Nice thing about those PTO rakes, man, you can just drive right down the edge of the windrow, catch just the outside edge of that rake, and just give that windrow a 180. We'll flip it over. I figure by the time I get all the way around and get it all flipped, what I started with should be ready to go. And then I don't know, JoJo, Jay, whichever one of them shows up, or hell, they might all show up, I don't know. They get here, we'll start wadding it up and see just how full we can make that wagon. Looking at it, I think I'm about 5 high. I think that's how high we're gonna go. The rack on the back's jacked up because second cutting last year, we were coming back around on this outside pass, and we went underneath that tree and hooked the stack on the tree limb and bent the rack way back. It needs to be redone, but this wagon was pushed all the way in the back of the barn, so I couldn't get to it until today when I drug it out. So note to self, next spring when we get this unloaded, we need to fix that ladder rack, because that's actually the better, may not be the better bed, but it's definitely, well, the deck's good, but I'm not sure the beams are as good as, she kind of sway back. Anyhow, this is the bigger, better wagon, so I want to get the rack fixed so we can, on years like this, when we get a good cutting, we can fill her up, because the more I get on the first wagon, yeah. Last year the hay was so pitiful, both cuttings fit on one wagon. I think I'm going to fill the wagon on the first cutting this year, or come close to it. So anyway, that's what we got going on down here.